line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come for the arrival and the return of our boys from East Coast Racing Circuit. They're back, they're here, and they have come to you from all across the towns, all across the nation. There are 10 drivers locked and loaded with us here tonight to see them go at it here at the famous Daytona International Speedway, live on P10 Racing TV. I got everyone. I am the Crusader Christian driver speaking on the line. Let's get down to business as we're one to always do. Here's how we're going to do it tonight. 10 drivers, 1 hour on the clock, because after this I'm heading out to the Shadow Realm. I got some things I got to do quickly, but they've called upon us to get this race in. We will bring them the show. So here it is. Justin Lawson, the 20 will start on the pole. It is outside Rick Lepage in the number 9. Runner 2, it's Stephen Naylor in the number 4. It is outside Brandon Coleman in the number 51. Runner 3, Paul Durkee in the number 5. It is outside the 31 of Rick Spencer Walt. Runner 4, Carter Casey in the number 2. It is outside Mike McMillan in the 42. Runner 5, your final starters equals Kyle Jackson in the number 6. And to his outside, the newcomer, Christian Cherinis in the 093 to round out your field for the East Coast Racing Circuit main event here tonight. So while we get settled down here and running them through right now, you can get them all taken care of here. So we will get them settled down, get them round and about here, one lap around the track, and then it's green flag racing around this parts of town. And you know we're going crazy here with this one. They have come back. They have brought us the track. They brought us the drivers. It's been so long since we've seen these drivers out here, and I can honestly tell you, I definitely missed them a lot. It's great to see them back, and all one of them. Last time they were here, of course, they were with us here on the broadcast show to get their Super Late Model Division Series in. Now returning with the Truck Series yet again as well. And as the green flag flies back on out, return to form and return to the stop. Let's see how it plays out. We've got 70 laps on the clock. Here we go. And it looks like Chimis is not going to be in with this one. Looks like he will have a little bit of a problem down there, so we'll only have a 9 driver field. pacing their way right down out of turn 2, immediately out of the gate here. They will line them back around, getting a hard charge here as they come down across the lines through the chicanes, looking for a run or two off this one. Pacing back and forth here, every driver for themselves here. Rick LePage trying to stay there with him. Justin Lawson having a little bit of company up there, maybe having a little bit of a run or two, see if he can hold him off as he comes back into that corner yet again. Seems like Lawson has been having a good season so far when it came to his runs earlier. Now he's just trying to need to get a finish or two out here. Brandon Coleman trying to get him going quickly. Rick LePage on the outside looking at, on the inside looking in. The 51 of Brandon Coleman right there with him. They charge him around out of turn 2. They're coming down hard as they come in. Apologies in advance as well if you do notice a few frame rate drops. I don't know what's causing that, where that is coming from, so just a heads up, I do apologize. I've not had that happen in a very, 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 very long time. Probably anything, probably the glitch graphic has shown their ugly head once in a while, so I guess decided why not, let's attack me earlier and let's attack now, but that's alright, we'll still call this race the way we know how to. Down the front straightaway here now, it is the 9 of LePage trying to hold off Coleman, but the attack from Coleman is just too strong for him to bear. He is running this one into the field right now as we go on board with your new leader, Brandon Coleman. You can see him pacing around, giving himself nice issues, nice little tendencies or two. Seems like the truck is having a good run to start here. We'll see if that continues for him. The drafts are hard, the drafts are coming quick. There is the guy that a lot of folks were trying to take down no matter what series it was in, Rick Spencer-Wall, and once again that 31 just flying up on him. The 2 of Carter Casey will follow behind that Hoogan Monster Energy Beast, trying to hang with him as they come right across the stretch. Down the stretch of road, the roads that have been paved for glory of the drivers that have been paved in glory, paved in racing legacy and royalty. The names of Richard Petty, Dale Earnhardt Sr. and Jr., Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, the names of like Bill Elliott, Bill Davis, Michael Waltrip, all the legends and the legends of Red Baron, even some of the other greats like Mario Andretti and John Andretti. They have all come to this part of the world. They've come to Daytona Beach, Florida to run here at the fastest paced out track other than Talladega Superspeedway, Daytona International Speedway right now, as currently Brandon Coleman still defends off the whole field behind him. Doing a pretty good job to start, I would say, but how long will that last for him? That will be my main thing, I must say. Coming right out, yeah, on the outside yet again, Rick Spencer-Wall trying to make a charge up there with them. Looks like they're going to get a little bit of help here. Carter Casey right behind him, giving him a little bit of a tag and a little help. Trying to help get him around, trying to help himself get around too while he's at it. The 70 lap ordeal here tonight, obviously with this track and this kind of a run, this is one thing a lot of folks were very curious about, was how well would they be able to handle and hold themselves up. Considering how this track plays out, how it runs in general. And to be honest with you, I wasn't too sure myself. With only 10 drivers, or 9 tonight in this case, because of Christian Chemis not joining us here. Seems like it's more of just kind of a back and forth shoot battle here to see who can outwit the other and who can outpace the other. Right now on board there with Steven Naylor. Had a bit of a rough season there in the trucks and super late models last season. But he did tell me earlier today he's been trying to get things dialed in, kind of get free focus and recentered on his impact, on his strategy plan. So far, it seems like he's doing a pretty good job of it right here and now, but, you know, it's not going to be a long-term game plan for him. Then they're really a short-term, it seems like. Paul Durkee, well, I don't think we need to say much about him. He has been one of, if not the baddest guys out there. But it seemed like in the Super Late models, he was rolling back a little bit for a curve, whereas in the Truck Series, he was definitely in it to win it, but he just never got that run or two that he was looking for. It seemed like it was always that one Canadian, Rick Spencer-Wall, in that number 31 right now. As he leads the charge, he is the hard charger of the night, up 5 spots here, coming around out of turn 1. Carter Casey, though, is not done with him yet. He wants a piece of the action here as they're pulling off the turns. You got many areas to run with here tonight. You have many areas that have kind of been a factor of zone. Most of the time you see a lot of drivers try to stay to that bottom line on the yellow strip. But once the track starts to tear up a little bit, you start to build a little rubber down there, then it becomes a little bit harder to get a run or two, or the push, if you will, from the drivers. You need about 3 or 4 cars, or trucks in this case, compared to maybe like 2 or 3 on the outside line where you can really carry the momentum and side draft off the other. And that seems to help out more than anything. And you can see Rick Spencer Wall is putting it to good use right now. Comes right out, pushing a little bit more momentum on the corners on those spots here. Let's take a look at our lap time right now. You can see the difference between him and Coleman. Coleman was falling back a little bit there. This time the objective changes here. He's starting to make a move around there. Coleman now does take over the race lead once more. Scotty Brown saying nice run on the outside. It was indeed there. It was a pretty good battle up there. I'm interested to see if they can keep it going here for later on. On board here with Justin Lawson, then number 20, currently the guy that's fell on the back of the race so far. You thought he was an angel falling from the Lord's wings. The racing Lord says, I do not let any angel fall from my grace. I will bring you back, my child. Just get that draft, my friend. Well, he's trying to get that draft there, Racing Lord Almighty, but he's having some problems down there because right now, currently, the whole field's trying to get away from him. It's as if he's like the outsider kid that no one wants to talk to. Well, now I know how he feels. Anyway, out of turn 2 right now, Paul Durkee on that 5 car, trying to make a little bit of a move or two. Stephen Naylor falling behind him in the number 4. Every driver for themselves around here. There is no friends or family. It's just you race your race and hope for the best. Some good passes earlier on. Rick Spencer Wall making a charge up there. Carter Casey getting him a little bit of a hand or two. And that seemed to have been the difference maker and seemed to have been the help that he needed to make those passes when it was time for it. Take it to our drone cam right now. You can see that thing being put to good use. Don't worry, the drivers can't see it. It's just something we can kind of visualize and see as we go along. And you can see everybody right now still in a packed order, packed stack, rack, and all that. Robert Dudley, what's up? This is Dudleyville in the house. He's back with us. Robert, great to hear from you, man. Back through it through here. Look at this. Looks like Kyle Jackson, number 6, AC Delco, trying to get a little bit of a push here. Kind of run a little bit of a gold scheme compared to what we saw with the Earnhardt camp. And if everyone knows knows anything about Daytona and Talladega, it's Earnhardt. Dale Jr. and Sr., man, they always put on a fight here. They always put up a show. Obviously, it's taking a lot longer for Dale Sr. to get his first win compared to Jr., but when all is said and done, though, I think the story had a bit of a happy ending considering all that has happened on this track. This is definitely one of, if not the most insanely chaotic, crazy tracks that could be a bit of a demolition derby. But I'm going to be very curious to say right now that I'm kind of wondering what will happen when we have those new cars that we just saw earlier today, the Next Gen 6s, I believe that's what they are, the Next Gen 6. I will tell you one thing right now, that Mustang, I love the look of that. Speaking of the look of it, it looks like Paul Durkee didn't like the look of what he saw coming behind him. Stephen Naylor, that Mac Tools number 4, just full throttle to assault his way around, but Rick Spencer Wall decides to take him into the wall protection and a big wreck right out of turn 4. Big wreck, caution comes out, and a major damage implication there. Hard lick there for Paul Durkee and Rick Spencer Wall getting into it. Off to the PTM instant replay we go. Let's find out what happened here. That was a major wreck and a half there. All right, let's watch this from the back on. So we saw Brandon Coleman get the run, and you saw the 4 there of Stephen Naylor get a good jump or two. And bam, right there, just unfortunately nowhere to go, kind of tags in, and right there, man, they just both drivers unfortunately getting kind of caught up in that one. Nowhere to go and couldn't avoid trouble. So that will slow the pacing down just a little bit. That was your PTM. It's the replay. Brought to you by East Coast Racing Circuit here tonight. So we talked with our drivers earlier on here, but I think it's now time to have a little talk with them in the live section right now. Let's go ahead and take it down and have a little word with some of our boys here. Looks like the number 9 actually being driven by Mr. Rick LePage. So let's bring him in now. Rick LePage joins me here on the call list. And Rick, currently right now, you had to avoid the damage in that little big spin around you saw in front of you. How'd you get out of that one?
I don't know. It was pretty tricky, I'll tell you that much.
It definitely was there. I gotta be honest, it was a little bit hectic and crazy.
For sure, I was just hoping the first 10 laps.
Yeah, definitely there. So, Rick, I gotta ask you, man, come on, anything really especially plan on trying to hang with these guys here tonight, or just try to do anything crazy here with these boys?
Yeah, I'm just going to try not to make any mistakes. Just try and run a clean race.
All right, well, nevertheless here, man, it will be definitely a show to say the least. We'll see how it all plays out. Good luck down there, buddy.
Thanks a lot, Justin.
Rick LePage there, and that number 9 having a little word or two here from us. And we'll now bring it down to number 2, Carter, the Mac Attack Casey. He joins me now here at Mac Attack. I'm going to give you that nickname. Hope you don't mind it now.
Oh no, it was a nickname mine a long time ago. You're good, man.
Awesome. Well, nevertheless here, currently having to avoid trouble we just mentioned with earlier there with Rick LePage there. You managed to avoid some trouble yourself there. You had a little bit of a run going on those guys, but then they just kind of clambered in.
Yeah, we were trying to dice it up there on the start. We had some good battling going on, and going into 3 before that wreck started, I kind of sensed that something was about to pop off, so I backed up a little bit. And thankfully, that gave me enough room to dodge the chaos.
For sure there. I got to ask you, man, when you were coming into this race here tonight, was there really anything you guys were expecting besides that big one?
Just a lot of moves being made and people being aggressive, having fun tonight. That's what it's about.
All right. Well, nevertheless here, I gotta ask you, man, anything you want to say to your friends or family before we get you back to the racing here?
Just thanks for watching. Hopefully we get a win.
All right. Well, nevertheless, appreciate you coming on board here, Carter. Good luck down there, buddy.
All right, appreciate it.
The Mac Attack having a word or two with us right now as we're still under caution. Let's go ahead and bring in Mr. Paul Durkee now. It's been a while since we heard from this cat. Paul Durkee now joins us on the booth here right now. And Paul, I mean, if you want to talk about avoidance and control there, I would definitely say you had that in the bag. But at the same time, that was a little bit of a situation between them and Rick Spencer Wald.
Yeah, it's a little bit early for this much racing, but hey, makes a good show.
Definitely there. So I'll say this much here: with only being 70 laps, how many fast repairs do you guys got down there exactly to work with?
2.
2. All right. Well,
So we got most of us got 1 left.
well, that was pretty quick. I mean, how many times you can use that up tonight?
Yeah, so gonna have to be a little more cautious.
Well, nevertheless, man, you got a little bit of work here and time to play out. So we'll see if you can bring that Ford F-150 into the good spot tonight.
Yeah, hopefully you can stay out front and not get involved.
All right. Appreciate you taking time to talk with us here, Durkee.
All right, thank you, man.
Paul Durkee having a word with us right now as the drivers are pacing back around for the next green flag session. They will hammer it down, slide them in, and get this bad boy up and running once again. Scotty Brown saying Senior didn't need the wins. He just pushed. Wins just pushed the competition out of the way for points. LOL. And then Robert Dudley saying, "Oops, came down too." And then Scotty Brown saying, "Came down too early." Yeah, I will agree. He definitely didn't need the win. But I mean, to be honest with you, every driver thinks about winning once in a while, and they all want to get that first win in at a major track, especially like Daytona. It's kind of like a crown jewel event if I ever saw it. As the green flag flies back on out once again here. The Mac Attack on the inside line has Paul Durkee on the outside, but it looks like a little run and gun here from Mac. Carter trying to get a jump off that edge there on the bottom. You can see the outside line has a lot of run on the start, so you got to be very careful about that. Charging their way down and back to the position here. The 42, Mike McMillan coming in closer as he goes. Rick LePage down bottom. Tracker Boats number 9. Ford F-150 trying to get a little bit ahead of the other Ford F-150. A lot of Fords out here tonight. All Fords and Chevys got a half and half tonight, actually. I kind of like it. And Brandon Coleman with problems there. He's going to have to go into pit road. Something not going right for him here. Justin Lawson starting to get a little bit of a run going for him. Looks like he might be holding on to the racing Bible because he has turned his Bible to excel. Chronicles versus 9. Speed, I am speed. I look like a Cadillac, but I sting like a Beamer. Lightning McQueen, 2020, 26. Charging down, Mike McMillan all of a sudden kind of coming in here a little bit. I think he was here in the call. He said, oh, you know what? I got a little body armor under this hood. Let me put that quick strip machine body armor 42 up in the stand and put a little fight into this can. And I'm going to see how it holds up. Back attack, though, needs a little help, so McMillan might be a little bit of help for him, but it looks like there's problems down there for Mr. Rickle Page. He got a little bump and run there. He was getting woosey-goosey and all that around there out of turn 4. I'm surprised he managed to hold on to that thing. Facing their way through the field right now. Still, it is a solid battle from the drivers and a solid area of play from others. Nobody giving an inch just yet here. Back on board with Lawson, and you can just see he's getting a good run off those jumps on the draft line, but it's just not clean in the way I think he wants it to. I think he's looking for the clean run, the clean jerk, and call it good from there. Nevertheless, here it is still working out okay and doing himself a solid job and hanging with it. But I mean, again, how much and how long will it hang in there? Because remember, you still gotta finish this race out and get a good runner to it. Durkee up on the bottom end, 2 car two. That's kind of the beauty about this plate track racing business, though, is that you have so many ways to make passes, so many ways to make moves. The only difference is you need help from other drivers to make that run and make that pass, if the time is allowing for it and time comes into it. So I would say right now, if I'm Paul Durkee, my first thought is just trying to keep the boys behind me, make sure I don't do anything too crazy or too foolish. But then again, you got Licker Page right behind him, and Durkee knows him all too well. He'll put a bumper to him if he has to. Obviously, this being just a little fun race here tonight, no season points on the line for these drivers. Kind of like what you saw with the All-Stars race last night at iRacing Super Speedway, where Harley Barletta managing to pull off a stunner of an upset, the Champion Fire Equipment racing machine there, the Kodak 81. But right now, currently, we are focusing on the East Coast racing circuit side of things, right? Because this is where the battle plays, this is where the drivers come to play, and this is what you're seeing right here live tonight. And currently, right now, McMillan, you can see him gaining hard drafts, hard runs on Carter Mack, but you see him backing off a little bit. He's trying to really just kind of keep his distance, almost like he's trying to social distance around here, although I never heard anybody try to social distance in racing. Leading their way back in, still double file on the spot. Shots here, nobody making anything crucial or silly mistakes here, if you will. They're just kind of doing what they have to keep the cars, or trucks I should say, in control. There's a lot of ways to mess up around here, that is for sure. But right there, as you see the number 2 moving up. Carter Mack gets a big push. Here comes Mike McMillan. Uh-oh, 3 wide. Luke coming up. Ooh, Lawson decides not to, but McMillan decides he still wants to do it. He's going to go up on the high side. Almost clears the 3 wide, but it's Paul Durkee that gets the Mack attack. Carter, man, he gave everything he had there, but he just could not get it going. I'm amazed right there, man. He really stuck it. Coming back around here, still no grounds, no playing fields here. You just gotta do what you need here. So far with the Matt Carter back having a good run and Mike McMillan kind of following right behind him here, it's kind of interesting to see how well that will hold up for the end and how well it will hold up for the race. Again, the way this is set up and the way this is determined out and measured out, there are a lot of ways to be making mistakes and make issues around here if you're not careful. And it seems like that is the case at the moment here, but Mike McMillan and Paul Durkee kind of looking in on Carter Casey right now. The 42 looking like he wants to get a draft. The 5 says, to hell with that. I'm going to the outside. I'm going to send this puppy to the right and let her fly. Oh, he's got something coming for him indeed here, my friends. He's got a hard run going there, and that Xerox Dex Cool number 5 F-150. Here it comes on the outside. A little help from Micklip Age. There's the push. You can see how much of a draft line he's getting off it. It's definitely helping, and it's giving him a good ground clearance. But again, will that hold up for the entire run, or will that just only do it for so long? That's really the main thing they have to stay focused about and remember, because it's not certain to do with that on. Right now, currently just about halfway through this one. And to be honest, like I said, man, it just looks more and more like it's going to be basically give or go or give and take if you can, and just kind of work from there. There's not a lot of movements and areas to really push off of. You just got to kind of see what happens and do that. And look out here. Here comes Steven Naylor now with the full throttle assault of the decade. A little bit of help there from his boy, Justin Lawson. Lawson pushing him up quickly here, giving him a little bit of a hand, looks like. The onboard camera we go, and we're going to stay on board for just a little bit because you can see how hard before it was getting a push there, but he's all of a sudden getting a little bit loose down there. I'm not sure what happened, but Rick Spencer Wall just saw an opening there, and it was like, what the heck, why not? Let's have some fun. He already had one little bobble earlier, but he's saying, I don't do bobbles a second time. Lightning doesn't strike twice with me, my friends. I strike the lightning down twice, is what he's saying. Well, if you do, then currently Kyle Jackson saying, well, you're not riding the lightning like a whole lot of Metallica style, because I am flying high and making a master of puppets out of you, my friend. Justin Lawson still trying to stay with the Jackson in the AC Delco number 6 Chevrolet, trying to possibly get himself into victory lane. It's been a long, long time since we've seen him pull it off. He's trying though, man. He is giving her everything he's got, but with Rick Spencer Wall and Carter Casey, the Mack attack versus the Spencer attack. Just makes me wonder, you know, who is going to be able to take full advantage of that and take full advantage when the time comes around here. Definitely too early to say. Yeah, frame rates are going in pretty bad, ain't they, guys? Ah, shoot. Might have to end the stream here a little bit and get it free, kind of refresh it if we can. Well, it seems like it's working all right now. Yeah, once again, folks, I do apologize if you were experiencing stream issues on our end here tonight. I usually never have this kind of issues or this kind of problem whatsoever, so still not really sure why it's happening tonight of all things, but apparently the Glitchcraft for Gremlins have to come out and annoy us. Up on the outside line, Brandon Coleman has to get out of the way because right now they're doing a tandem draft in here. They just want to try to help each other out, push them around a little bit, and hopefully seize the opportunity where they can and get it going where they need to. Pushing around, Kyle Jackson looking for opportunity, looking for anything he can to make a move or two off of Rick Spencer Wall. Rick right now doing a pretty good job hammering and having his way with this track. But here comes Paul Durkee on the outside line, now down the front straightaway. There it is. You can see how quickly he's pulling up on him and how quickly he's going to run off of it. He's coming up quick, coming up high. Oh my, the 51 of Brandon Coleman. He's doing quite the same here. Unfortunately, he's falling 2 laps down at the moment. But that doesn't seem to faze him too much. He is pushing hard with this one. Justin Lawson now having to go below the yellow line, not making a pass around here, so NASCAR can get off our butts about that one. Not like they had that rule to begin with. Coleman doing a pretty good job so far on the current 4 section, giving himself a little bit of a run or two on the 5 of Paul Durkee. Hangs around with him here. Still just about halfway through this one here. Look out, 3 wide salute. No! Paul Durkee and Brandon Coleman about threw it in there, but Rick Spencer Wall was like, if you guys do it, I shall dethrone you quickly, as I had that little wreck earlier on. Well, remember, you only got 2 pits of repairs around here, boys. You might want to stay clear of that. Then again, that's just me. I don't know what I'm talking about around here. Durkee now pushing up out of turn 3. Looking for anything, looking for a hope, looking for a miracle. Maybe give him some semblance of a move or a pass possibly around Spencer, but Spencer just continues to hold that bottom line, and he's not getting any help. Just about halfway done to this one, almost complete. The 2 of Carter Casey right now, the Mac Max. Aiming for anything he can, looking for a hop, looking for help, looking for something. As a 6 now, Kyle Jackson now moving in. Looking like a little bit of a Michael Jackson now right there, because he's looking like a criminal. But I would say otherwise, he might be trying to think of something else to say, like maybe he's thinking a little I'm bad, because right now currently he's 6 spots up, which means he's bad. He's really bad. And that actually means a good thing, because he's getting something done around there. And speaking of getting done, the 5, I just completely just keeps facing off here. Paul Durkee manages to make a pass around Spencer Wall, and then just gets left high and dry here. Jackson and Wall once again. The 2 Canadians just working together to stay in tandem ahead of the Americans. And I don't think that Paul Durkee's going to appreciate that very much. Well, nevertheless, I'll have to work with it and try to see if he can get something going from it. Coleman right now trying to work with the winning team there and get up front, get his slap back, but it did not quite work out that way he was hoping for, I bet. And right now, it's just currently a battle of pacing and persistence once more. No troubles here whatsoever, as they are still tangentially in a good run or two. Everyone giving a good position. Jackson had a good run earlier. Rex Spencer Wald obviously right now is charging through the field. Paul Durkee and Stephen Naylor had something later, but Naylor unfortunately was not able to get away from the attack that was Rick Spencer Wald, costing both of them precious time and ground clearance. And I was wondering throughout if he was going to be able to bring that back or possibly save it or two. Halfway point now is just about to be reached. Coleman's still trying to go on the outside line, trying to make a run for it here. I don't know how he is getting this kind of run kind of position. But guy, golly, he is getting it going. Uh-oh, 3 wide salute there coming out of the turn 4. They are 3 wide, slamming the shots, slamming the runs here. Nobody giving an inch here. Everybody in a hot pursuit. Jackson on the bottom, trying to hang with it, trying to keep it going. Lawson outside, looking in. Oh my. Ooh, that's what you call side-by-side battle right there, my friends. Rick Spencer Wald holds on just long enough. I don't know how this cat's got 9 lives, but apparently he does, because he continues to lead it out. Talk about hammering it down, keeping himself nice and consistent. Rick Spencer Wall has been doing just that all day long. But Kyle Jackson, man, I got to believe he's probably getting a little bit impatient with him, because he knows he can make a move and make a pass whenever he wants to. It just does not click the way he likes it to. And unfortunately, it just will not go the way he needs it. I hate saying it, but that's kind of the unforgiving nature of this series and kind of unforgiving nature of this track. And Brandon Coleman finds that out the hard way there. Whoa, they were going in for pit road, and now Coleman might need to get another Insta repair done. Oh my, pit road's open, and they are going to have to go in quickly. They will go in the whole field, that is, and now you got to wonder who's going to get the advantage here. We'll have the top 5 on the scoreboard here right now. See who will be able to outwit and outpace the other. Naylor goes in. Lawson, Durkee, they're up ahead just by a margin or two. Rick Spencer Walt there. Trying to get out there quickly. See if he can get it in and go. Spencer, yes he does. He's going to be all on his own though. Like a rat in a trap. And the whole field just right behind him just came right out at the same time. That was awesome. Well, if you're Rick Spencer Walt right now, you got to be thinking to yourself, I might be in trouble if they get a good run on me. He's going to have to hurry up because right now the whole field's coming for him. Paul Durkee will be the guy that may have the first full throttle assault pass around him. Kyle Jackson and Mike McMillan are right there behind him. Jackson getting help from Lawson. Lawson, Jackson trying to get up to McMillan. They're about 7/10 of a second back, gaining up quickly. Coleman falls back in line once more, but he's still quite a few laps down, unfortunately. He's really still about 2 or so laps back from the field. And I guarantee you that's got to be hurting him more than anything to realize that he is not on the lead lap or not anywhere near these guys. Perhaps now try to get up to the other. Paul Durkee and Rick Spencer Walt kind of helping each other out. Well, this looks like Talladega 2009 all over again. If you ask me, this is going to be something here if they can get it going. Here they come. Here they come. McMillan and McMillan and Coleman. And Coleman gets a big hand there from McMillan, and McMillan just pushes him straight up the outside. McMillan trying to help out. One last little push. Get a hand here from Kyle Jackson, maybe. Oh, yes, he will. Kind of interesting. The Canadians helping out the American. I know these guys are good friends, but hey, I got to how to bring out a little international warfare, right? I know it's only 2021, but come on, I got to have a little fun with this, can't I? Coleman, right now he's not your race leader. He's currently the one that's in the back of the outhouse. He's trying to get to the White House again, but to do that, he's a few laps back and some change, and McMillan just got a lap and a backstab there from Spencer Walt. Rick just tagged him in a half there. Paul Durkee now coming around down the back straightaway, get a little bit of a push here. He's got it. He's got it. Can he hold on though? Coleman just slightly up, trying to stay out of trouble. Quite amazed with this one. He is staying out of trouble. He is keeping her going. Rick Spencer Walt there on the bottom line, looking in, trying to hang with them as they come back around once more. Everybody's still on it, in it, to win it. No one giving an inch here. Onboard camera now at the back of that car. Casey here to see if Durkee getting a little bit loosey-goosey up there with Coleman. Being on that outside line, you really have to make sure you're holding your line in just right, or you're going to get sent for a ride. Spencer Walt below the yellow line. Looks like he had a little bit of trouble there off that exit. Not the way he wanted to be. That could affect him later on. We'll see. The whole field just doing everything they can, trying to stick with the leaders, stick with the pack. Brandon Coleman was the guy to watch out for on that pack line because he was in the top half, but because of unfortunate circumstances there, he hasn't been able to bring it back as quickly here. Still just over 32 laps remaining in this one. There you see on our chopper cam right now, currently getting a good look at this 2.5 mile long track of Daytona International Speedway. Obviously Talladega being the bigger of the two, and then Iverson Super Speedway just eating both of them alive and then some. This is honestly was at one point one of, if not the craziest tracks around and one of the most built-in tracks, but a lot of folks at home probably don't know the story of this, but this track actually was really designed and created because of the old road course they have down there. Yes, you heard me right, the road course they have down on the beach. Not the track, the beach. Yeah, if you don't know this, it used to be the track that the drivers raced on for NASCAR and all that when it was getting started by Bill France. It was all started back on the beach itself. They had a little strip of road that was the asphalt center, and they had basically run their way through the beach line. And they would have this little area where on low tide, they can get the drivers kind of go out there and run their line and run their spots up. So a lot of them, as you can probably guess, did go into the sand, but it was such a unique and insane kind of a racing style that it actually still lives on in a lot of memories and a lot of hearts today. And actually, if you wanted to, that track that, you know, pretty much changed the landscape of racing forever and, you know, kind of brought this track to life, it's actually just down the road of this place, actually. So if you really wanted to, you could go to the beach where many legends like Red Baron, Junior Johnson all have come from and actually drive and walk on that land, on that kind of road surface. As well as, of course, the sand surface, because, well, it's a beach. Come on. What are you guys not going to do down there? It's a beach, for crying out loud. So many laps to pursue, so many runs to commit to, and gain off of. Brandon Coleman, I'll give him credit where credit's due. At least he's fighting down there, but good Lord Almighty. Being nearly 2 laps, no, actually now he is 2 laps down. Being 2 laps down in this case, and struggling to keep up with these guys, I mean, that's got to hurt him inside. Just, you know, he should be battling for the race lead, in his opinion. Right now, if we look at the times for the last lap we had there, take a look at this. Gardner Matt Casey, he laid down a 49.92, the faster of all of them by literally about 0.2 of a second there. He was pretty much the only driver that got into the 49s that lap. Meanwhile, he actually does hold the fastest lap for the best lap. He's got a 48.18, which is blistering for this kind of a road, kind of a run surface. And honestly, it seems like it's helping him down there as we now have a new leader once again. Stephen Naylor finally getting a little bit of a push draw, a little bit of a push back, and finally gets it up there with the boys. Takes over the lead, takes over spots while Rick Spencer Wall, once again, that old Wile E. Coyote just does not seem to leave or go away when you want him to. He's right up there on the outside. Naylor trying not to fall back behind that Mac Attack Tools issue. Coleman right now on the bottom section. Spencer Wall right there with him. Neither one giving an inch, neither one giving any chances up. It's just been a solid run and foundation for all of them here tonight. But it just seems like the more I get more intrigued in this and the more I see this, it just seems like it's always falling back to the same story. Rick Spencer Wall just giving it everything he can and giving it a shy show and all that. It's almost like he just doesn't even care. It seems like he just wants to win out here every time he gets out here. It's amazing. He's a fast hombre. I'll give him that any day of the week and twice on Sunday, that's for sure. But tonight they are not running on Sunday. They moved. Used to be the short tracks were the ones that you watched on Sunday night. Then it turned into basically the Super Late Model division. And I believe up next they will have actually a different version of those cars. They will actually have something new coming your way when the time comes for the new season. We're still haven't been fully aware of that or when it's coming. We just know it is coming and it will be around here soon enough. So be aware of that, guys, and be ready when the time comes. I know we're so ready for it. They always seem to put on a good show for the hour long they do here. But back to the action right now. Currently, we have on display everybody in a heated contest or two. No one giving an inch. No one giving any chances here. Jackson trying, though, to make a chance, to make a move or a statement on Rick Spencer Wall, but you know, Spencer just will not let him go, no matter what he does. And honestly, I'm kind of surprised Coleman is running as hard as he is, considering he's a lap down. I know I've said it earlier, but I mean, he is a lap down, folks. Yeah, he's running hard. You see that little red, white, and blue car there on the top right of your screen ahead of the number 5 there. And he's currently about 2 laps down of the guys. But yet he still somehow finds a way to push his limits and push his momentum around. And Rick LePage, well, the number 9. Well, currently he's about a lap down or 2, and he might be get double lapped in a minute if he's not careful. Driver's already coming down the back straightaway. He's barely going into turn 3 right now. Field pacing him back and forth here. Doing everything he can to try to hang with him, hang tight to the end here. No one seeming to be making a mistake here. No one giving any chance up or two. Other than our scoreboard having a malfunction. Once again. I never understood what happens to that thing. That tower seems to be breaking down more than often I care to count. Oh well, we'll go to the top there now for this one. On the eye side, look out, here we go, 3 wide salute there out of turn 2. Rick Spencer, Walt, Paul Durkee, and Coleman in this one. Looks like Durkee has got trouble because right now Jackson's pushing Spencer hard, pushing him quickly. Oh, but the boys say to heck with that, we're going to have a little fun with this one. Here comes the Mac Attack, Carter Casey sneaks the gap, swings it, not enough though to get clear of number 5 as the caution comes out. Oh, man, he almost had it, too, but he just didn't have enough time or room to get out of that. And unfortunately, that sends him for the ride. Unfortunately, they're out of the corner. That will bring us to our PTM Instant Replay. Brought to you by the East Coast Racing Circuit boys. Let's see what happened here. Well, let's take a look at this here. You're going to watch that number 2. He's going to get a run and a half here. Look at this. He sees opening. He sees territory. Gets a nice push, nice run. Jackson kind of drifts up slightly here. And Mac, I think, saw an opening. Thought he could get away around that 31, but unfortunately it was not the case. And a little bit of damage there to Naylor, but more damage there on the 2. But honestly, pretty clean considering everything there. And that was your PTM Instant Replay, ladies and gentlemen. As we're currently still having some issues on our time card here and our time clicker. Not really sure why that Tower of Doom is giving us so much fits and headaches here tonight. But apparently it is, and it really doesn't want to leave us alone here. See if maybe we got it fixed here. Nope, no go. Well, oh well, I guess we have to lose it, so. You know, I used to say I always had troubles with the top tower, but apparently no, the Tower of Doom is giving us more headaches than usual here. And I'm not really sure why that is doing that at us. See if maybe that solves it. Oh, that solved it. What the heck? Well, I guess in the end of the day, if it works out all right. Anyway, right now the drivers are in pit road, so probably a better time than anything to bring them in, shouldn't we? So let's go ahead and bring them on the on-call list right now. See how everybody's doing down there and see how things are going. We'll bring in Rick Spencer Wall to start. Currently in pit road at the moment. Getting nice and figured out here. He's taking off a long time in there. If he's not careful, he's going to fall back a little bit from the guys. Well, I think he might actually have a speed penalty going in there, so it might have cost him dearly. We'll have to see here, but well, I guess we'll go ahead and bring in the number 4 now then. So this is Steven Naylor now on the line here, and Steven, man, talk about having to avoid a caution in situation there with Carter Mack. He kind of got you a little bit though. How much damage did you take?
Well, I took a little bit on the right front. I couldn't get back up to speed, so we pitted and hopefully we got her fixed.
Well, judging by our end here, it looks like most of it was fixed, at least enough to get a good draft or 2 off this. So I gotta ask you though, man, with these last couple laps coming up, what's gonna be one thing you're gonna really keep your eye on?
The 51 truck.
Why is that with Brandon Coleman?
Well, he can be a little reckless when it comes down to the wire. He's been up here running with the leaders, and he's a lap down. So,
Well,
but
hey,
it's all fun.
I was about to say, all fun and games here tonight, man. But nevertheless, Steven, it's great to have you back on board and great to hear from you again.
You too.
Steven Naylor there having a little fun and talking with us here. Of course, you can never count him out or anything that goes on. Now, finally, this man gets out of pit road, so let's go ahead and bring him onto the show now. Rick Spencerwall finally joins us here, and Rick, talk about really putting everything on the line and then some when it comes to getting to the lead, bud.
Yeah, I'm just they gave us 2 quick repairs, and I don't plan to go to the pit with 1 left, so we're just having some fun.
Don't blame you there. If you can use them when you want to and use them when you have to. So, but hey, I gotta ask you, man, with the final 20 laps here, you think anyone's gonna be able to even survive, much less keep these trucks in line, much less, not destroyed?
I don't know. Brandon needs another caution here, so we'll see what happens. But Brandon needs a caution. The caution usually comes out, so I got a quick repair left, so I'm good to battle here. It should be fun to the end. Everyone's having fun. Good group of guys here today.
Definitely there. Well, nevertheless, Rick, great to hear from you again, and thank you for your time here, sir.
Thank you.
Rick Spencerwall having a little talk or two with us here. I think the only one we're missing right now is Mike McMillan. I think we've got everybody except for Brandon Coleman, so... actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and bring him in right now. So let's go ahead and have a word with us right now. Brandon Coleman in the 51 F-150. And Brandon, sounds like you've had a little bit of troubles there on the lap stuff. What's going on down there, bud?
Yeah, man. They went in the pit and I wasn't paying no attention and messed up and said pit road was open and black flagged me. So I've just been trying to be in the right position to get both laps back, but unfortunately wasn't. So try to get back up there. Now we're on 1 lap down, so if we can just keep it clean, maybe we can get up there and get a chance.
Take your time there, Brandon. Get back to the racing there, bud.
All right, man. Thanks.
Brandon Coleman in that old 51. Apologies again for kind of calling him in when we didn't realize we were going to green flag race, and that's producer's fault for that one. But nevertheless, we're back to the action here. Green flag is out. 20 laps to go here for the Truck Series as we are leading them in. The 2 Carter Matt Casey giving a good run off that and getting a good position in there. He is getting a charge and a half here, making some runs, making some moves, pushing his field in and pushing that truck up to the spot. But the problem is, that old Spencer Wall, man, he just does not leave anything alone, does he? And Brandon Coleman seems to be kind of the same thing here. He's pushing Lawson to the fullest of maximum potential, and Brandon Coleman puts it right into the wall protection out of turn 4, about cost himself and everybody else around here. You know, the boys weren't lying when they said he was going to be a little bit aggressive down there, so. But I think there might be a time for a little bit too aggressive here. 19 laps remain here. We're running out of time and running out of laps here, that is for sure. On the run, on the spot, on the shot here. Lawson still trying to get something going, trying to hang in with him. Rick Spencerwall there on the bottom line there. Justin Lawson on the outside looking in, trying to make the run, make the move or two, get something going here. Gonna be interesting to see how this one plays out, how it comes to be. But Spencer, man, he just will not leave anything alone. Carter Casey in that number 2, and he is just wanting to finally get past the trouble that he's had with him. It seems like every time they went to war, it seemed like Spencer Walt always was the one that was winning the battle more than anything. Not for a lack of, Lawson not trying or, Carter not trying, but it was just basically come down to one thing and one thing only. How hard can one run against the other? To go here, and you see the pacing starting to clear up a little bit. Looks like the 5 of Paul Durkee sees opportunity, sees opening here. Yeah, he's looking in there. He's looking for a spot or two. He's just trying to get something going. Strong run, strong push there. Lawson getting a good handle on things. The 5 of Durkee getting it in once more. Who will be able to outmaneuver the other? Will Lawson be able to go down and take it away from Walter? Wall's going to have a little bit of hands full on this one unless he puts the 5 out of business. The to Carter Matt Casey kind of falling in the same line. I think he knows what he's got to do. He's going to try and draft off it. Spencer sees opportunity, makes the pass on the outside line now. Sneaks his way back into position, back into the run, into the fold. He will have through 3 guys right behind him that will be on the lead lap trying to pass him in, with only Brandon Coleman being a lap down still. My, oh my, what a night it has been. Only 16 to go. I got a feeling it only can get a little bit more hectic, a little bit more out of control if we get to this one. To the spotter cam we go here. We got a little bit of an eyesight view out here right now currently. One of the boys out there we're watching is currently Justin Lawson from his spotter camera here. Yeah, they actually have cameras down there in those spotter views. Those big old binoculars of what you're seeing out of right now, and that's how they're keeping an eye on these guys. Meanwhile, our cameras down in the infield catching all the action, kind of catching it as we go as they pace it back and forth. One more time around for Rick Spencer Wall. He will finally get a jump on it, get a jump in position, and move ahead. Nicely done there. But I mean, again, man, is it just, does he have enough to keep it going? Does he have enough to keep that power under the hood for a long time? Because it just seems like every time he gets it going the slight bit more, it seems like he always puts it back a slight bit, and it just gives him more trouble than it's worth. Brandon Coleman on the outside, making a run for it, pushing his way through the field. The 5 of Paul Durkee getting a big hand there. Coleman, once again, I mean, he is being aggressive, but again, you got to remember, he's trying to get his lap back. So I can't fault him for that, but at the same time, you know, would you fault him for trying to run his race? Because again, if you're a lap down by the driver's code, you should just let everyone else go by and just, you know, stay out of that kind of mess. But I mean, on plate tracks like this, sometimes that's easier said than done to really get that out of your mindset. Even I admit up front, I've had that happen on the dirt series. I still remember back at Lanier when unfortunately I had issues there. Ended up just kind of taking it to the fold and put everything I had to my limits. Here we go now, once more, front straightaway. Will the run come from the Mac attack? He looks like he's got something here. Kyle Jackson needs to get around some drivers and pull some ahead, but Carter now just absolutely burrowing that thing around once more. Takes back the race. We have like what, 16 changes here tonight, just that alone? Well, better make it about 17 because Paul Durkee just did it again. Every time it seems like one group gets ahead, seems like the other kind of comes back in and pushes up on them more as they go. This is definitely plate track racing at its finest and at its hardest. Spencer got to get into pit road. So does Lawson. Looks like that fuel strategy didn't come out the way I think he was hoping for. 12 to go. May have noticed also real quick, folks, just kind of breaking the fourth wall here, but you may have noticed that I actually have a new ride done up from Paul's Wraps, so we got tagged in. If you go to Paul's Wraps, you can actually take a look at the Xfinity car we just got done up from him. Can't wait to run that. It'll be my personal Xfinity PT Racing TV button kicker box racing machine. Cannot wait to run that bad boy around here in just a little bit. I'll be doing that after this race, of course, but right now East Coast Racing Circuit needs to finish this out and kind of come to a close. And at this point, I'm wondering, you know, field strategy wise, what are these boys planning, and will they be having a smart enough strategy to hang on? Because remember, it was Lawson and Spencer Walt that went into pit road together, and their strategy is, as well, if we have one truck in front and one in the back, we can just draft our way through, and once they go into pit road, we can just pass them and just away with this one. Not a bad idea in hindsight. But again, you got to be careful about having a little bit of luck and having a little bit of a draw or two. They will be down to the final 10 laps when they come across the stripe here on the finish line. What a night it has been. What a battle to say the least here between these drivers. It has been all out mayhem. It's been continuously through and through. Good racing, good strong courtesy of these guys. But I mean, again, man, it's one of those things, like, you watch it and you respect it, but at the same time, you wonder yourself, how are they even being able to hold out and really put up this kind of a run or two when they have so much momentum and kind of speeds in there? And again, that's kind of the beauty that this draft package and everything that comes with these plate tracks for the trucks and Xfinity. Unfortunately for Cup, it's a lot more technical than anything. I've already kind of said my piece about that. You can watch the race last night for my thoughts on it. Back on board with Rick LePage, number 9. Oh my, is he trying for it? Yes, he is. He says, "The hell with this, I'm going full throttle assault, baby." Well, I like the idea there, bud, but the problem is you didn't quite have enough time to get around some folks. You was trying to basically get a draft off the rear end and then just slam it straight in the outside line and get ahead of somebody and find an opening. And I think Jackson was the guy that he was looking for when it came just a minute ago, but it did not come when he needed it. Carter Matt Casey, still the Monster Energy Hoonigan, number 2, still ahead. Paul Durkee, though, is your race leader. 9 laps remain. Pacing starting to fall more in line to Paul Durkee, but you got to remember that fuel strategy is going to play a big factor here. Spencer and Lawson having gone in at the same time, trying to help each other out and possibly put this one in an end. Coming back around once more, double file drafting here. 8 remain. This is getting tight. This is getting close here. Can Jackson get a little bit of help here? Because currently McMillan is the one that's pushing him. But Brandon Coleman right now is the one that everyone's having to deal with lap traffic wise and the trouble of dealing with in general here. And I'm just amazed that he's been able to hold out that wheel long. Now it looks like he might not have any choice here. Paul Durkee going to the outside. Coleman on the bottom. He'll get his lap back for a brief moment there, but again, I don't know how long that will last, especially with a 3 wide slip down the back straightaway. They're still in it. Oh my. Here we go into the turn 3. This could be trouble. This could be incredible. They'll clear it. Yes, they will. McMillan getting backed off a little bit. Durkee getting a run off it and manages to stabilize it down. Now Coleman trying to block, trying to defend off, maybe get something, a little bit of help from the boys. Just having to go. I don't even know why I would. That's just crazy to me. He's still trying. Like, I know he wants it so bad, but man, like, this is just kind of crazy. This is, maybe it's just my old school mentality, but if you're in the lap car, man, you got to remember you have to weigh off every now and then. Although, like I said, I do not blame him at all. I would do the same thing, really, if I was in the car of trucks. Really, it's easy for me to say on this broadcasting line, but it's one of those things, man. It just drives me insane every time I see it. Now LePage there on the outside, getting a little help from fellow Canadian Jackson. Jackson trying to put him up to the front, give him something to think about. The tracker boat number 9 is right there with him. Final 6. 6 laps remain in this one. 6 to go, but I gotta believe it's not on their side right now. Taking a look at our dashboard right now from McMillan. Look at this speed they are taking right there. You would think, you'd probably are trying to figure out, wait a minute, how they're going 280 miles per hour. No, that's kilometers per hour, just a heads up. And what it is actually they're going about 195 miles per hour, just a heads up for those at home that don't know about metric systems. That is the speed and the overall carry percentage they are doing right now. And if you look at the pit strategy here, Spencer Wall and Lawson thinking really outside the box and really far ahead here, but you know, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, the way they are looking for the page and all of them, they only have 5 laps to go, and that was how long it took them for one of their pit strategies. So I just have this feeling that it may have been a little too late for Lawson and Wall, barring any cautions or issues here. Time running out, trying to evade them. They know they've got to either work their way through or try to help each other out. There's no ands, ifs, or buts right now in this one. And once again, you just look at here, Rick Spencer, Wall, and Lawson, man, they are just way behind the field. Nothing they can do about it. They're on the halfway center of the track right now. That's how far away they are. And if you're probably not believing me down there, well then maybe I'll show you this real quick just for giggles. That's what I meant by they were farther away from anybody. Look at the distance there. That is the distance that they are away from one another. Yeah, I still have that track map working around here somewhere, so I had to show you guys at least that one time. Well, here we go. Final lap's coming up. 4 to go. Back in the draft. This is where everybody just tries to set up, see if they can get something going. Look for Page. Does take the race lead. Durkee, though, setting them up, looking for a draft push, sending a run on the outside. Problem is Coleman's blocking him there. See, Coleman is kind of right on the outside stretch. One wrong move by either or, and then Coleman could just get right into Durkee and then send the other trucks into a downward spiral. Naylor and Matt Rectax trying to see what they're going to do here. 3 laps remain. Durkee and LePage, both drivers, no holding back, no giving up. You can't quit, you can't give up at all, man. You just got to hold on for dear life. Backstretch, wind him up. Durkee and LePage with McMillan right in it. No quit, no giving in this one. Hammering it back in. Final laps now. 2 left to go. They are going to complete this one out at the last thing they do. It was a good effort from Spencer, Wall, and Lawson, but unfortunately, I think it's going to be a battle between these guys up front. Literally, they wrecked the whole field out. I've seen it before. I just do not see it happen in that kind of route. I just don't think it's going to happen. But then again, I've been completely wrong before. Well, they're going to lean him in one more time. This next time by, expect passes, expect maneuvers. They're setting them up. The anticipation is real. The suspense is coming up, folks. Who will blink first? Who will be the one to give up this one? White flag is out. We're coming to the end. Naylor's going for it. He's going the outside line. Durkee, I thought, might have waited till a little later on, a little earlier, but no, it looks like Naylor's going to go for it here and hope for the best. He's going to try to get a hand from Coleman and Carter Mack. They are back and forth, one another down that back straightaway. Who's going to get the run off this one? Naylor seems to get a little bit of a push up there. Durkee up in position, trying to hold it out, trying to stabilize it in. Oh, a little bit of bumping and running here, and right back on down yet again here, coming to the white flag. They're going to the green flag, checker flag here down. Finish line inside, Big Rock right in front of him. Rick LePage takes it home. He wins it here at Daytona. Wow. That was crazy there. What a battle, what a race. Rick LePage pulling away with the W once again. It's been a while since we've seen here in Victory Lane, but I gotta believe he's pretty happy about that one. Talk about a wreck and a half though, man. Those guys put everything to the limits. That was a stunner. That was a run to say the least here. We'll go ahead and talk with our 3rd place driver right now currently. Let's get him up on the scoreboard here. Paul Durkee will be that man, and we're going to bring him in right now and go ahead and have a word with our boys here. Paul Durkee, first off, congratulations on a third place finish here tonight, man. What a battle and a half there you did.
Yeah, I just was concentrating on pushing my teammate to victory.
It definitely was there.
That was stressful.
So,
Just
go ahead, man.
It's a big shout out to Rick. That's his first victory ever.
Oh, his first victory. Shoot, I thought that he had a few more than that.
Nope. So kudos to Rick.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless here, man, I got to ask you, who got you here to third, and who do you want to thank you for this one?
I'd like to thank my teammate. He pulled me right around there with him. So, and let's put a big shout out to you guys. You've done a great job this year. I wish we could have had you a little bit more, but maybe next season we'll have you for every race.
I certainly can hope so, but it's like I said, you guys get me in when you guys want, when you guys can, and we'll do the best show we can for you in return. So, but nevertheless, great to see you back here, and great once again, congratulations, my man.
Yep, thank you, appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, their third place finisher tonight, Paul Durkee, coming home with the third. Second's gonna go to Steven Naylor. Let's bring him in onto the show now and get a word with him here. Let's see how he felt about that one. Steven Naylor now on the line here. Your second place finisher here tonight. First off, congratulations, man. What a run and a half you had coming down the end. Just fell a little bit short, unfortunately. It looks like they just kind of got you there at the end.
Yeah, there was a little wreck behind us. I think I maybe could have got pushed up there, but it was a good race there at the end.
It was indeed. Now, I got to ask you, man, if you had anything you could have done differently, would there have been anything you had done a little bit on that one?
No, I think I played it out right. I think I might have tried to tuck in beside him a little closer, get a little side draft, but maybe I think I'd have excelled me up there.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, you still are walking away with second place finish here tonight, man. Who got you here, and who do you want to thank you for that?
As bad as I hate to admit it, I gotta apologize to the 51 because he didn't wreck me this time, and he sent me to at least the second.
All works out in the end, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
All right, well, it evens out, and it comes to an end here. Thank you again for your time here, Steven. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Your second place finisher here tonight, Steven Naylor in that number 4 machine. And now let's go ahead and bring him in. First time winner, first time in victory lane, Rick LePage. First off, man, congrats.
Thank you very much, Christian. First win on iRacing. Big one for me.
I was about to say, you always got to knock that monkey off your back sooner or later, and you definitely did here tonight. Tell me about this one, man. You were firing on all cylinders and giving it everything you had. What was the main thing you were looking for when you're coming for these guys?
Well, I was probably looking for about 5 to go, and then I saw a couple people hanging back, and then I tried to see what it would take to get me up there, and I let off, and then next lap after that, I just went for the front.
Definitely you did there. So I gotta ask you, man, you're gonna finally get a win here and finally take it to victory lane. I gotta ask you, who got you here, my friend?
Well, I have to thank my teammate Paul Durkee. He's mentored me all year and gave me a lot of tips and tricks. Thanks to him.
He definitely did, gave you a hand or two, and obviously this racing business is no help without some friends and family to help you out, and they definitely got you here tonight, man. Nevertheless, congratulations for that, and what a race to say the least here.
Thank you very much, Christian.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, first time winner, first time in victory lane, Rick LePage. Well, what a run and what a night here for these drivers here, man. We're going to call this one quits and call it good. Thank you again, everybody that tuned on in. I've got to get out of here. I got to get to some business I've got to take care of now, as you probably could guess. So I will call it a night here, but from all of us here at PTN Racing TV, thank you again. If you're watching on the YouTube end of the spectrum for the replay, appreciate you tuning on in, and hope you like and subscribe there. Also follow us up here on Facebook if you're watching it live here. And for now, until the next green flag flies around here on PTN Racing TV, be safe, God bless, take care, you know the drill. We love you guys. Good night, everybody.